was when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone. Sweep the streets I used to own. I used to roll the dice, feel the fear in my enemy's eyes, listen as the crowd would sing. Now the old king is dead, long live the king. One minute I held the key, next the walls were closed on me, and I discovered that my castle stand upon pillars of salt and pillars of sand. I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, once you've gone it was never, never an honest word. That was when I ruled the world.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fantasia. My name is Jack, your event coordinator, and I'm responsible for your fun-filled evening. Myself and my other 10 second years are being assessed this evening on our final event to complete our course in the Diploma of Hospitality and Catering. For this event, we have decided to support cancer research. We're supporting one of our own, Sarah Gold, who's behind the bar, and she's raising for the charity, so we've decided to support cancer research. So you'll find some envelopes on your tables. And if you could all please contribute very generously with your table number and your name, we'd really appreciate that, and we'll take those in later. And we have the prizes you'll find them on your menus. And we also have, you've already seen them walking around, we've got some actors from the Performing Arts College who are providing some entertainment, and we'll be doing a little scene later on. And we also have a small auction with the details again on the back of your menu. So dinner will now commence. We wish you a happy and Fantasia journey. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay, don't take them until they've got oil on.
It's got to be really quick with behind, yeah?
Okay, push on, guys, push on.
Once upon a time, in a tiny cottage lived a woodcutter in the middle of the forest with his two children, Hansel and Gretel. His second wife often ill-treated the two children and was forever nagging the woodcutter.
There's not enough food in the house. There's too many mouths to feed. You're going to have to get rid of the two brats.
She declared, and she kept trying to persuade the woodcutter to abandon the children in the forest.
Take them out into the forest. So far, they can't find their way back. Someone will find them and give them home.
The downcast woodcutter didn't know what to do. Gretel, however, who one evening overheard the parents' conversation, comforted Hansel.
Don't worry. If they do leave us in the forest, we'll find a way home.
She said, and stepping outside of the house, they filled their little pockets with tiny white pebbles and then went back to bed.
All night long, the woodcutter's wife harped on and on at her husband till, at dawn, he led the two children away into the forest. As they got into the depths of the trees, Hansel left little white pebbles here and there on the mossy green ground. At a certain point, the two children found that they'd been fire lost. The woodcutter left his two children and deserted them. He mumbled an excuse.
Is that your mother calling?
And was gone.
Night fell, but the woodcutter did not return. Gretel began to sob bitterly. Hansel too felt scared, but tried to hide his feelings and comfort his sister instead. Don't cry. Trust me. I swear we'll get back home, even if Father doesn't come back for us. We'll get home safely. You'll see.
The tiny white pebbles gleamed in the moonlight, and Hansel and Gretel found their way home.
Next day, when their stepmother discovered that Hansel and Gretel had returned,
Children, thank goodness you're home. Husband! What indeed?
stifling her anger in front of the children, she locked her bedroom door, reproaching her husband for failing to carry out her duties. The evil stepmother locked Hansel and Gretel under lock and key all night with no supper, but some hard bread and a sip of water. And when dawn came, the woodcutter once again led the two children into the forest.
Hansel, however, had not eaten his bread, so he left a trail of crumbs behind him to mark the way. But the little boy had forgotten about the hungry birds that lived in the forest. And when they saw him, they swung alongside him, and in no time at all, had eaten all the crumbs, with another lame excuse.
I just want to go back and get something.
The woodcutter had left his two children all by themselves.
I've left us a trail, like last time.
But when dawn came and night fell, they saw to their horror.
All the crumbs are gone.
I'm frightened. I'm cold and scream. I want to go home.
Hansel tried to encourage his sister, but he too shivered as he saw frightening shadows and evil eyes around them in the darkness. All night the two children huddled together for warmth at the foot of a large tree.
When dawn broke, the two children wandered about the forest seeking a path. But all hope soon faded. On they walked and walked until they came upon a strange cottage in the middle of a glade.
This is chocolate!
Gasped Hansel as he broke a piece of plaster from the wall.
And this is icing!
Putting another piece of wool in his mouth.
Startled but delighted, the two children began to tear off pieces of gingerbread broken off the cottage.
Isn't this delicious?
With a mouthful, she'd never tasted anything so delicious.
We'll stay here.
They were just about to tear off a piece sadly swung open.
Said an old woman peering out with a crafty look.
Haven't you two children got to speak to? Don't be afraid. Come inside.
Unfortunately for Hansel and Gretel, however, they had come to a really nasty place. This tasty cottage belongs to an old witch, a trap for unwary victims.
You're too skinny. I'm going to have to blacken you up. Are you going to do the housework? And then I'll eat you too.
A little later, hungry and impatient,
Let me feel your finger.
But one day the witch grew tired of waiting.
You're still too skinny. When will you get blood?
I'll check the oven.
But Gretel returned, whimpering.
I can't tell if the oven's hot enough or not.
Angry, the witch screamed at the little girl.
Useless child! All right, I'll check for myself.
But when the witch peered down to check the heat of the oven, Gretel gave her a tremendous push and slammed the oven door shut.
The witch had come to a fit and proper end. Gretel went to save her brother, and they made sure that the oven door was tightly shut behind the witch. They discovered amongst the witch's belongings a huge chocolate egg. Inside was a casket full of gold coins.
Now that the witch is burnt to a cinder, we can take all this treasure with us.
They filled a large basket with food and set off on their journey home. This time, luck was with them, and on the second day, they saw their father coming towards them weeping.
Children, I'm so happy to see you.
Please announce you'll never leave us again, Father. Hansel opened the casket.
Look, Father, we're rich now. You'll never have to chop wood, ever again.
And they all lived happily ever after.
Tell me the ginger one here.
Yes.
Are you doing cascade
No
stuff?
cream on it.
Yeah, well, it's lack of communication.
Do you want
Your mum's training well.
Now, when they're really
Ladies and gentlemen, it's towards the end of the evening, but not quite finished yet. Jack would like to say a few words to introduce his theme.
So first of all, in the kitchen, we've got Chloe Watkins, head chef. And we've got Hugo and Freddie in the kitchen as well, who have been in charge of your entertainment and your slideshow that you've had going on. And also, we have Ryan Carpenter in pastry, who produced your desserts and your petty goodness. In the front of house, we've had Antonia and Aaron. Do you want to make yourself known? charge of set design, so they've done your archway, all of the decorating, all of the outside, and the homemade signposts as well.
Always very difficult when we're thanking everybody because so many people are involved in something like this. And this is probably one of the very rare evenings, I think, that I'm able to just stand back and just collect money, which was a wonderful thing to do. So we've collected £450 from the raffle tickets. But the important thing is, I think, I'd like to tell you a little bit about this event because this is an assignment set to the second years who are actually graduating mid-June. And they have to not just organize and plan the event, the original ideas of it, but the most important thing is a big gross profit margin they have to come up with. So tonight, hence, all these homemade signs by Antonia is magical because it cost me nothing. So, and also they have to tomorrow morning with Brian, give a wave. Yes, shiny Brian. Yeah. He's actually my finance officer there, and he has to make the money. So he holds the purse strings. So hopefully, Brian, we will have the GP as you have anticipated, which is very, very high. How much was it? 82. 82 is Escoffier is very high because McDonald's is only about 85. So, you know, we're trying to do a McDonald's here, which you see it's not. So the most important thing I think is this lady here. See what I mean? The best shies away. Debbie Sherman, who's our chef pâtissier, worked very closely with Ryan Carpenter, our student chef, who's also a commie chef from Captain's Club. So between the two of them, with the support of specialized chefs, have produced your magnificent suite. Did you not like it?
Loved it.
We loved it! Hours of passion that is put into that dish. So all I can say is, she is my personal Willy Wonka. Important thing as well is Chloe here, who is head chef today. She designed the menu, she cost the menu, she has to organize the team. So it is a big task for her. Jack has been put under a lot of stress and strain. You can see that he's trying to keep calm, but actually it's almost towards the end, not quite, yeah? Not quite. So Jack, the event coordinator, has actually organized all his peer group, and it's very difficult to tell your peer group what to do. You must agree, you know, it's difficult to tell peer groups what to do. So Jack, I think you've managed these really well. Yeah. Chloe is trying to say something. Chloe, go ahead, please.
Okay, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Mr. Alderman. Amazing chef lecturer who's been helping me plan and produce the menu, and he stayed really calm and not killed me. So thank you very much.
Yes. I like embarrassing people. Yes. Now, how many barmen have you seen, or bar person have you seen dressed like that? And getting your cocktails out and your drinks out. Not easy in this costume, and she's maintained it all night. It's quite warm, yes, but she has to move with quite speed. But Jess doesn't stop there as the bar person. She's actually helping her team quite a lot, getting sponsorships. Yes, and she's been moving the kitchen around with Chloe this afternoon. So, you know, it's not missed your effort. So, well done, Jess. Yeah. I think, I hope I have, well, the BTEC first first years, which are the ones in the black tie, they are obviously the year 1 supporting the year 2, but they will be doing their own events very soon because the year 2s are handing over the Escoffier to them, and they are organising the year 2's graduation dinner on the 12th, I think, of June. So they are organising it. So they've got a theme, I'm sure, for them. So you have learned quite a lot this evening, yes, the do's and don'ts. However, the most important evening, and I like chefs who can stay. If you can't stay, then you'll be excused. But I'm going to run the auction now, please. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, just to announce that your final collection for cancer research is £725.50. Wow. This young lady here, Sarah Galt, is not just Snow White and a pretty face. I don't know about her cheeks at the moment, but she is going to run a half marathon for cancer research, and you are helping to collect money on her behalf, so we have contributed that to cancer research with Sarah running a half marathon. So thank you very much for your efforts.
Thank you very much.
It is unfortunately the last bit about trading restaurants is the students have to obviously get home in time, and your pumpkin awaits you.